Right now, the biggest companies on Earth are spending billions of dollars on a technology that most people still don't fully understand. OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, NVIDIA, they're all racing toward the same goal: artificial intelligence. Not because it's trendy, not because it's exciting, but because whoever wins this race may control the next era of human civilization. The internet created billionaires, social media created empires, but AI could create something even bigger: trillion-dollar companies, new industries, and a level of power never seen before in modern history. This is the billion-dollar AI race. The billion-dollar AI race. Part 1. The day everything changed. Right now, the biggest companies on Earth are fighting a war. Not a war with tanks, not a war with missiles, a war with algorithms, a war with data, a war with artificial intelligence, and the prize may be bigger than anything the technology industry has ever seen. Because whoever wins this race may not simply build the next successful company, they may help shape the future of humanity itself. Today, names like OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, NVIDIA dominate headlines. Together, these companies are spending hundreds of billions of dollars pursuing a single goal: artificial intelligence. But to understand why this matters so much, we need to go back to a time when AI was little more than an academic experiment. For decades, artificial intelligence existed mostly in research labs. Scientists believed intelligent machines were possible, but progress was slow. Computers lacked the power, data was limited, and many experts believed truly useful AI was still decades away. Then, something unexpected happened. The world began generating enormous amounts of data. Every search, every click, every video watched, every message sent. The internet became a giant training ground for future AI systems. At the same time, computing power exploded. Processors became faster, cloud computing emerged, massive data centers appeared across the globe. Suddenly, researchers had something they never had before: the ingredients needed to train powerful artificial intelligence. Most people didn't notice, but inside technology companies, a quiet revolution had already begun. Researchers were making breakthroughs, machine learning systems were improving, algorithms becoming more capable, and year after year, artificial intelligence grew smarter. Yet the real turning point arrived much later, a moment that changed the technology industry forever: the launch of ChatGPT. When ChatGPT appeared, millions of people experienced advanced AI for the first time. It could answer questions, write essays, generate ideas, explain complex topics, write software, create content, and it did all of this within seconds. The public reaction was immediate. Students were shocked, businesses were shocked, investors were shocked, even many technology experts were shocked, because for the first time, people could clearly see what artificial intelligence might become. And that realization triggered one of the biggest races in business history. Suddenly, every major technology company understood the same thing. AI was not just another trend, it was the next platform. Just as the internet transformed business, just as smartphones transformed communication, AI could transform nearly everything. And whoever dominated that platform could gain enormous advantages. The opportunity was so large that companies began moving faster than ever before. Billions of dollars started flowing into AI research. New data centers were built. Specialized computer chips became critical resources. Top researchers became some of the most sought-after employees in the world. The race had officially begun. But among all the companies competing, one stood at the center of the storm: OpenAI. Ironically, OpenAI did not start as a traditional business. It started with an ambitious mission: to ensure artificial intelligence benefits humanity. The organization attracted some of the brightest minds in technology: researchers, engineers, scientists, visionaries. Their goal was simple: Build advanced AI, but build it responsibly. At first, OpenAI operated largely outside public attention. Most people had never heard of the company, yet behind the scenes, they were developing increasingly powerful systems. Year after year, their technology improved. Then came ChatGPT, and everything changed. Overnight, OpenAI became one of the most important companies in the world. Millions of users arrived. Businesses rushed to integrate AI into products. Investors poured money into the sector. Governments began paying attention. What had once been a research project suddenly became a global phenomenon, and OpenAI's success created a problem for everyone else, especially
specialized
Google.
hardware.
For years,
the future
Google
of
dominated
AI would
internet
not be
search.
built solely
It controlled
by
how
programmers.
billions of
It would
people
also be
accessed
built by
information.
massive
Search
industrial
became one of the
systems
most
operating
profitable
behind the
businesses in
scenes.
history.
And that reality
Then,
introduced a new
ChatGPT
challenge:
introduced a
scale.
new possibility.
Because
What
creating
if people
advanced
stopped
AI
searching?
is expensive.
What if they simply
extremely
asked AI?
expensive.
The
Training
question
cutting-edge
sent
models can
shockwaves through
cost
Silicon
hundreds of
Valley
millions of
because
dollars.
Google's entire
Building the
business model
infrastructure to
depended
support
on
them
people
can cost
using
billions.
search. If
Operating
AI
them
changed
requires
user behavior,
continuous
Google's
investment.
dominance could be
This
challenged.
created a major
For the first
advantage
time
for the
in
largest
years,
companies.
one of the most
Only a
powerful
handful of
technology companies on
organizations
Earth
possess the
faced a
resources
serious
necessary
threat,
to compete at the
and
highest
Google
level.
knew it.
And that
the company
raised an
accelerated
important
its
question.
AI efforts.
Would artificial
Executives
intelligence
declared
become
AI a top
concentrated in the
priority.
hands of a few
Researchers
powerful
pushed new
corporations,
products into development.
or would
Resources
competition
were redirected.
remain open?
The response
The
was
answer
immediate
remained unclear.
because losing the
But
AI
while
race was
NVIDIA
not an
dominated
option.
hardware,
But Google
another
was not the
giant
only
refused to
company
stay
paying
on the
attention.
sidelines.
Another
Meta,
giant had
the
already
company
placed a
formerly
massive
known
bet.
as Facebook.
Microsoft.
Meta had
While
already
many competitors
transformed social
hesitated,
media.
Microsoft
It connected
moved
billions
aggressively.
of people,
The company
generated
invested
enormous
billions
profits,
into OpenAI,
and built one of the
a decision
world's
that would
largest
become one of the
technology
most
empires.
important
Yet
partnerships
the rise
in
of
modern
AI
technology.
presented both an opportunity
At the time,
and
some
a
observers
threat.
questioned the
Meta
investment.
understood
The
that
amount
future
seemed
digital
enormous.
experiences
The risks
would increasingly
seemed
rely
significant.
on
But
artificial
Microsoft
intelligence,
saw something others were
recommendation
still
systems,
underestimating.
advertising platforms,
AI had the
content
potential to
generation,
transform software,
virtual worlds,
cloud computing,
communication
search,
tools.
productivity
AI
tools,
had the potential
and
to improve
enterprise
all of them.
services. In
As
other
a
words,
result,
almost
Meta began
everything
investing
Microsoft
aggressively.
touched. The company
Billions of
began
dollars
integrating
flowed into
AI
research.
across its
New
ecosystem.
AI teams formed.
Office products,
Massive
developer
computing
tools,
clusters were
cloud
assembled.
infrastructure,
The company
search
released
engines,
increasingly
business
powerful
software,
models
everywhere.
And, unlike
And as
some
adoption
competitors,
accelerated,
Meta embraced a
Microsoft's
strategy
position
that
grew
surprised
stronger.
the industry.
The investment no
Open
longer
source
looked
AI.
risky; it looked
Rather
brilliant.
than keeping everything
Yet while
closed,
OpenAI,
Meta released
Google,
powerful
and
models
Microsoft
that
battled for
developers could
leadership,
freely access.
another giant
The move
quietly
sparked
became one
debate.
of the biggest winners
Supporters
in the
praised
entire
openness.
AI boom.
Critics
A company
worried about
most
potential
ordinary
misuse.
people had
But
barely
one thing
heard
was
of.
clear.
NVIDIA
Meta intended to remain
and its
a
rise
major
would
player
become one
in
of the
AI
greatest
race.
business stories
At the
of
same
the
time,
AI era.
another giant was quietly
billion-dollar
strengthening its
AI
position.
race.
Amazon.
Part 2.
While public attention
NVIDIA,
focused on
the
chatbots
company
and
selling
consumer
shovels
products,
in a gold rush.
Amazon saw AI
Throughout
through
history,
a different lens.
the biggest fortunes in a gold rush were
Amazon
not always
already
made by the
operated
miners.
one of the world's
Often
largest
they were made
cloud
by the
computing
people selling the
platforms in the
shovels.
world.
And in
Millions
the AI
of
gold
businesses
rush,
relied on its
NVIDIA
services,
became the
and
ultimate
AI
shovel
workloads
seller.
required
For
enormous
years,
amounts of cloud
NVIDIA was
computing
known
power.
primarily as a
Every
gaming
model
company.
trained,
Its
every
graphics
AI
cards powered
application
video
launched,
games around the
every
world.
startup
Gamers
built
loved them.
required
Technology
infrastructure,
enthusiasts
and Amazon
respected
was
them.
ready to provide
Investors
it.
paid attention.
The company invested
but few
heavily
people
in AI
imagined
services,
NVIDIA would become one of the most
specialized chips and cloud
important companies
capabilities.
of the 21st
Its strategy
century.
was less visible
Then,
than some competitors.
artificial intelligence
But visibility
changed
and
everything.
profitability are not
Training
always
advanced
the same
AI
thing.
systems requires
Amazon understood
enormous
that in
computing
every
power.
gold rush,
The larger the
infrastructure
model,
matters,
the greater the
and cloud
computational
infrastructure
demand.
was becoming one of the most
Researchers
valuable
needed hardware
assets in the
capable
AI
of processing
economy.
massive amounts
By now,
of data
the race had
simultaneously.
expanded far
and it
beyond
turned out
products.
NVIDIA's
It had become a
graphics
battle for
processors were
resources,
uniquely suited
computing
for that
power,
task.
energy,
What began as
capital,
gaming
infrastructure,
hardware became the
and,
foundation
perhaps
of
most
the
importantly,
AI revolution.
talent.
Every
Because
major
no matter how
AI
much
company
money a company
needed
possessed,
NVIDIA chips.
success still
OpenAI
depended
needed
on
them.
people.
Microsoft
The brightest
needed them.
AI
Google
researchers in
needed
the
them.
world
Meta
became some
needed
of the
them.
most sought-after
Amazon needed them.
individuals on the
Startups
planet.
needed them.
Technology
Universities
companies
needed
offered
them.
extraordinary
Governments needed them.
compensation packages.
Suddenly, everyone
Recruitment
wanted the
battles
same
intensified.
thing.
Researchers
NVIDIA
moved
GPUs.
between organizations.
Demand
New
exploded.
startups
Supply
emerged.
struggled to keep
Competition
up.
accelerated.
Companies waited
In
months
some
to
cases,
secure hardware.
individual
Some
AI
spent
experts
billions
became
building
worth tens
AI
of millions of
infrastructure.
dollars to
Others
employers.
rushed to sign
The logic
long-term
was simple.
agreements.
One
The
breakthrough
scramble
could be
became
worth
so
billions.
intense
One
that NVIDIA
innovation could
effectively
change
found
the
itself
competitive
at the
landscape.
center of the
One
entire
team could
AI
alter the
ecosystem.
future of an
Every
entire
breakthrough
industry.
required required
As a
computing
result,
power.
attracting
Computing
top
power
talent became a
increasingly flowed
strategic
through
priority.
NVIDIA.
And this
Investors
competition
noticed,
created a
Wall Street
powerful
noticed,
feedback loop.
the world noticed.
More talent
Within a
produced better
remarkably
models.
short period,
Better models
NVIDIA
attracted
transformed
more users.
from a successful
More users
technology
generated
company
more revenue.
into one of the most
More revenue
valuable
funded
businesses
more research.
on Earth.
The cycle
its market
continued,
value
growing
surged,
stronger
its
with
revenue
each
exploded,
iteration.
its
But
influence
perhaps the most
expanded.
astonishing
And
aspect
unlike
of the
many
AI
companies
race
competing
was the
directly
scale
in
of
AI,
investment.
NVIDIA
Companies were no
benefited
longer spending
regardless of who
millions.
won.
They were spending
Whether OpenAI
billions.
succeeded,
Data
whether
centers
Google
expanded
succeeded,
across
whether
the globe.
Microsoft
Construction
dominated,
projects
whether Meta
accelerated.
caught up,
Energy
they all
requirements
needed
increased.
NVIDIA. The company had
Executives
positioned
approved budgets
itself
that
as the
would have seemed
infrastructure layer
unimaginable
beneath
only a
the
few
AI
years
revolution.
ago. Some
And
analysts
infrastructure
began comparing
often
the
becomes
AI race
incredibly
to the
valuable.
construction of railroads,
But NVIDIA's
power
success
grids,
revealed
and the
a
internet
larger
itself.
truth about
Not
artificial
because the
intelligence.
technologies were identical,
AI was
but
no
because
longer
the
just
scale of
software.
investment was
It
similar.
was becoming an
Entire
infrastructure
economic
race,
ecosystems
a race
were being
requiring
built around
enormous
artificial
physical
intelligence,
resources,
and those
data
ecosystems
centers,
were growing
electricity,
rapidly.
semiconductors,
Investors rushed to
networking
identify
equipment,
winners.
cooling systems.
Entrepreneurs launched startups. Governments announced initiatives. Universities expanded programs. Everywhere, people sensed opportunity. The feeling resembled previous technological revolutions, the internet boom, the smartphone revolution, the rise of cloud computing. But many believe AI could become even larger, because unlike previous technologies, AI had the potential to influence nearly every industry simultaneously. Healthcare, finance, education, entertainment, manufacturing, marketing, retail, transportation, agriculture, law, construction. Few sectors would remain untouched, and wherever transformation occurs, enormous wealth often follows. This realization created a new kind of race, not simply a race between companies, a race between nations.
Transportation,
because governments around the world
agriculture,
were beginning to
law,
understand something
construction,
profound.
virtually
Artificial
every
intelligence
sector of
might
the
become
global
one of the
economy.
most strategically
And wherever
important
massive
technologies
change
ever
occurs,
developed.
massive
And whoever
wealth
led the
often
AI
follows.
revolution could
This
gain
is why
advantages
billions of
extending
dollars
far
continue
beyond business,
pouring into artificial
advantages involving
intelligence.
economic power,
Venture capital
military
firms are
capability,
investing
scientific
aggressively.
leadership,
Governments are
national
investing
security,
aggressively.
and global influence.
Corporations are
the AI
investing
race was no
aggressively.
longer confined
Everyone
to Silicon
wants a
Valley.
position
It
before
was
the next
becoming
wave
a global
arrives.
competition,
And the
stakes
numbers are
are
staggering.
continuing to rise.
Some of the world's largest
Part 4,
technology
the
companies
trillion-dollar
are committing tens
opportunity.
of billions of dollars
Whenever a
annually
revolutionary
toward
technology
artificial intelligence
appears,
infrastructure,
fortunes are made.
research,
When
and
railroads
development,
transformed
data centers
transportation,
are expanding,
entire industries
specialized
emerged.
chips are being
when
manufactured,
electricity spread
new
across
AI
cities,
startups
new business
appear almost
empires were
every week.
created.
The
When the
scale
internet
resembles
arrived,
a
it
modern-day
produced some of the
gold rush.
richest companies
But
in
unlike
history.
traditional gold
Google,
rushes,
Amazon,
this one is
Facebook,
taking place
Netflix,
inside servers,
companies that started as
laboratories, and
ambitious
cloud
ideas
infrastructure.
became global giants.
And while many people
Today,
focus on the
many
largest
investors
companies,
believe AI
another
represents the
battle is
next
quietly
opportunity of
unfolding,
that scale,
the startup
perhaps
war.
even larger.
Throughout
because
history,
unlike previous technological revolutions,
have often created
AI had the
opportunities
potential
for
to
newcomers.
influence nearly
Small
every
companies
industry
can move
simultaneously.
faster, take bigger risks,
Healthcare,
experiment
finance,
with new
education,
ideas, and
entertainment,
sometimes challenge
manufacturing,
giants.
marketing,
Artificial
retail,
intelligence is no
transportation,
different.
agriculture,
Across the world,
law,
entrepreneurs are
construction.
building AI
Few
startups
sectors would
designed
remain
to solve
untouched,
specific
and
problems.
wherever transformation
Some focus
occurs,
on healthcare,
enormous wealth
others focus
often
on
follows.
education,
This
others
realization
focus on
created
finance,
a new
customer
kind of
service,
race,
marketing,
not simply a race between
cybersecurity,
companies,
or software
a race
development.
between nations,
Thousands
because
of
governments
founders are
around the
attempting
world
to
were
build
beginning
the
to
next
understand
major
something
AI
profound.
company. Most
Artificial
will fail.
intelligence
A
might
few will
become one of the
succeed,
most
and a
strategically
handful may
important
become
technologies ever
extraordinarily
developed.
valuable.
And whoever
This
led the AI
possibility has
revolution
attracted
could gain
enormous
advantages
investor
extending
interest
far
because
beyond
everyone
business,
wants to identify the
advantages
next
involving
Google
economic
before
power,
it becomes Google,
military
the next
capability,
Amazon
scientific
before it
leadership,
becomes Amazon,
national
the next
security,
NVIDIA
and global
before it
influence.
becomes NVIDIA.
The AI race
And
was
AI
no longer
appears to
confined
offer
to Silicon
exactly
Valley.
that
It was
opportunity.
becoming a global
Some startups
competition,
have already
and the
achieved
stakes are
billion-dollar
continuing to
valuations
rise.
within remarkably short
Part 4,
periods.
the trillion-dollar
Investors see
opportunity.
potential everywhere.
Whenever a
Every
revolutionary
breakthrough creates
technology
excitement.
appears,
Every new
fortunes are
model
made.
creates
When
speculation.
railroads
Every
transformed
success story
transportation,
attracts more
entire
capital.
industries emerged.
The cycle
when
feeds
electricity
itself.
spread across
Money
cities,
attracts
new
talent.
business
Talent
empires were
creates
created.
innovation.
When the internet
Innovation
arrived,
attracts
it produced
users.
some of the richest
Users
companies
attract
in
more
history.
investment,
Google,
and the race
Amazon,
accelerates.
Facebook,
But there is
Netflix,
another reason
companies that
investors are
started
so
as
excited.
ambitious ideas
Productivity.
became global giants.
For centuries,
Today,
economic
many Many investors believe AI represents the next opportunity of that scale, perhaps even larger, because unlike previous technological revolutions,
has the potential
AI
to
had the
dramatically
potential to
increase
influence
productivity
nearly every
across
industry
countless
simultaneously.
industries. Imagine
Healthcare,
a lawyer completing
finance,
research
education,
in a fraction of the usual
entertainment,
time,
manufacturing,
a doctor receiving
marketing,
AI-assisted
retail,
analysis,
transportation,
a programmer developing
agriculture,
software
law,
faster,
construction.
a marketer generating
Few sectors
campaigns
would
more
remain
efficiently,
untouched,
a teacher
and wherever
creating
transformation
personalized
occurs,
learning materials
enormous
instantly.
wealth often follows.
Small improvements
This
across
realization
millions of
created
workers
a
can
new
create
kind of race,
enormous
not
economic
simply a race
impact.
between
And if
companies,
AI delivers
a race
even a
between
portion
nations,
of what its supporters
because
predict,
governments around the world
financial
are beginning
rewards
to
could be
understand something
extraordinary.
profound.
This is why
Artificial
economists
intelligence
continue
might become
studying
one of the
AI
most
so
strategically
closely,
important
because the
technologies
technology
ever
may
developed,
influence
and
economic
whoever
growth
led the
on a
AI
global
revolution
scale.
could gain
Some
advantages
estimates
extending
suggest
far
artificial
beyond
intelligence
business,
could contribute
advantages
trillions of
involving
dollars to the
economic
world
power,
economy
military
over the coming
capability,
decades.
scientific
Those
leadership,
projections prove
national
accurate.
security,
AI
and
may
global
become one of the
influence.
most valuable
the AI race
technologies
was no longer
ever created.
confined to Silicon
Yet
Valley.
not everyone
it was becoming
benefits
a
equally
global
from
competition,
technological
and the
revolutions.
stakes are
History
continuing
has shown
to rise.
that major disruptions
Part
often
4,
create
the
winners
trillion-dollar
and losers.
opportunity.
Companies that adapt
Whenever
thrive.
a revolutionary
Companies
technology
that resist
appears,
change struggle.
fortunes are made.
The internet
When
created
railroads
giants,
transformed
but it also
transportation,
destroyed businesses
entire
that failed
industries
to evolve.
emerged.
Streaming
When electricity
transformed
spread across
entertainment,
cities,
but many
new
traditional
business
media
empires were
companies
created.
suffered.
When the
E-commerce
internet arrived,
created new
it produced
opportunities,
some of the
but it
richest
also
companies in
disrupted
history.
countless
Google,
retailers.
Amazon,
AI may
Facebook,
follow a similar
Netflix.
pattern.
Companies
Some
that
businesses
started
will
as
embrace
ambitious
it.
ideas
Some will
became
integrate it
global
into
giants.
every aspect of
Today,
operations.
many
Some
investors
will build
believe
entirely
AI
new
represents the
products
next
around it.
opportunity of that
Others may
scale,
move too
perhaps
slowly.
even
And in
larger.
highly competitive
because unlike
industries,
previous
moving too
technological
slowly can be
revolutions,
dangerous.
AI had the
This
potential
reality
to
is
influence
forcing
nearly
executives to
every
make
industry
difficult decisions.
simultaneously.
How much should they
Healthcare,
invest?
finance,
How quickly should they
education,
move? Which
entertainment,
technologies should they
manufacturing,
adopt?
marketing,
Which risks should they
retail.
take? The answers are not always obvious, because despite the excitement, nobody knows exactly what the future of AI looks like. Some expectations may prove correct, others may prove wildly optimistic. History is filled with technologies that generated enormous hype before failing to meet expectations. The difference is that AI is already producing tangible results. Companies are using it, customers are using it, developers are using it, revenue is being generated, businesses are being built. The impact is real. The only question is scale. How large will this transformation become? And perhaps more importantly, who will control it? Because the bigger the opportunity becomes, the more intense the competition will become. And the competition is only getting started. The billion-dollar AI race. Part 5, the future of the AI race. As billions of dollars continue flowing into artificial intelligence, one question is becoming increasingly important. Who will actually win? Will OpenAI remain the leader? Will Google reclaim dominance? Will Microsoft leverage its massive ecosystem? Will Meta's open source strategy prevail? Will NVIDIA continue supplying the foundation of the AI economy? Or will a new company emerge and surprise everyone? History suggests that predicting technology winners is difficult. In the early days of the internet, few people correctly predicted the companies that would dominate decades later. Many once powerful businesses disappeared, others emerged unexpectedly. The same may happen with artificial intelligence, because technological leadership is rarely permanent. Every advantage eventually faces competition. OpenAI currently occupies a powerful position. Its products helped introduce millions of people to advanced AI. Its brand has become synonymous with artificial intelligence itself, and its partnership with Microsoft provides enormous resources. But leadership brings pressure. Expectations rise, competition intensifies, and every mistake becomes highly visible. Meanwhile, Google possesses something few competitors can match: scale. The company operates one of the largest technology infrastructures on Earth. It has decades of AI research experience, some of the world's leading scientists, massive financial resources, and billions of users already integrated into its ecosystem. Many analysts believe Google remains one of the strongest long-term contenders, despite early challenges. Then there is Microsoft, perhaps the most strategically positioned company in the race. Microsoft benefits whether consumers use AI directly or businesses adopt AI through
Computational
cloud
demands
services
continue
and enterprise
growing.
software.
Future
Its
models
products
may
already
require
exist
even
inside
greater
organizations
resources.
worldwide.
This means
that
the future of
distribution
AI
network may
may
become one of the
depend not
company's
only
greatest
on
advantages.
algorithms, but
Meta
also
presents
on
a different
energy
challenge.
infrastructure,
Its open source
power
approach could
plants,
dramatically
electrical
expand
grids,
AI adoption.
renewable energy,
Developers around the world
semiconductor
continue building with
manufacturing.
Meta's models.
The AI
and if
race
open
is becoming
ecosystems
connected to
eventually
industries
outperform
far
closed
beyond
systems,
software.
Meta could benefit
In many ways,
significantly.
it is evolving
Amazon
into an
remains
economic
equally
transformation
dangerous,
that
not
touches
because of
nearly
headlines,
everything.
but because infrastructure
And transformations
often becomes more
of this
valuable than
magnitude
attention.
rarely happen
Every AI
overnight.
company needs
They
computing
unfold over
resources.
years,
Every AI
sometimes
startup needs
decades.
cloud services.
The winners
Every
are
AI
often those who
application
adapt
requires
fastest,
infrastructure.
not necessarily
Amazon
those who
already
start
operates
first.
one of the largest
This is why
infrastructures in
businesses
the world.
everywhere are
Then
paying
there is
attention.
NVIDIA, perhaps the most
Executives are
fascinating company
experimenting
in the
with AI
entire
tools.
race. Its
Governments
rise has
are
been
creating
extraordinary,
policies.
but many
Universities
investors
are
continue
training
asking
students.
the same question.
Investors
Can
are
NVIDIA
allocating
stay
capital.
on top?
Entrepreneurs
History
are
teaches a
launching
simple lesson.
companies.
Extraordinary
Everyone is
profits
preparing
attract
for a future
competition.
where artificial
Competitors are
intelligence
already
plays
developing
a
alternative
central
chips.
role.
Technology
But the future
companies are designing
remains
custom
uncertain.
hardware. Governments
Perhaps
are investing in
OpenAI
semiconductor
dominates.
independence.
Perhaps Google
the market is
regains
evolving
leadership.
rapidly.
Perhaps
Yet for now,
Microsoft
NVIDIA
becomes
remains one of the most
AI
important
operating
companies
system for
in
business.
the AI ecosystem.
Perhaps Meta's
but perhaps
open
the
source
biggest threat
ecosystem
to every
wins.
existing company
Perhaps
is not
NVIDIA
another giant.
remains
It's the
indispensable.
unknown.
Or perhaps
Somewhere
a
right
company
now,
that
a
barely
small team may
exists
be
today
building the next
changes
breakthrough,
everything.
the next revolutionary
The race
model,
is far
the next
from over.
disruptive
In
platform,
many ways,
the
it
next
has only
company
just
capable
begun.
of changing
And
everything.
that may be the most
Technological
important
revolutions
lesson of all.
often create
Because
opportunities
history
for
is not
outsiders,
written by
and artificial
predictions.
intelligence
It is
may be
written
no
by
exception.
outcomes.
This
The
uncertainty
future
becomes
winners of
even
the
greater
AI
when
race
discussing
have not yet
AGI,
been fully
artificial
decided,
general
but the
intelligence.
consequences of
For
that
many
race
researchers,
may shape
AGI
technology,
represents the ultimate
business, and
destination,
society
a
for
system
generations.
capable of performing
The next
intellectual
10
tasks
years could
across a
determine
wide
who
range of
controls
domains
the most
at human
important
or
technology
superhuman
of the
levels.
modern era.
If AGI
And for the
arrives,
first time
it could
in a long
fundamentally
time,
alter the competitive
nobody knows
landscape.
exactly how
Entire
the story
industries could
ends.
change. Entire
The
business models
billion-dollar
could disappear.
AI race.
Entire economies
6.
could transform.
The ending.
The companies best positioned today may not necessarily be best
The
positioned
ending.
tomorrow.
Every
because
generation
AGI would not simply
experiences a
represent
technology
another
that
product
changes the
improvement.
world.
It would
For
represent
some, it
an
was
entirely
electricity.
new era.
For others, it was
Some
the
experts
automobile.
believe AGI
Then
could
came
arrive
the
within
computer,
decades.
the
Others
internet,
believe it could
the
arrive much
smartphone.
sooner. Some
Each
remain
innovation
skeptical
reshaped
altogether.
society in ways
Nobody
that were
knows.
difficult to
and that
imagine
uncertainty
beforehand.
fuels both excitement
People often
and fear.
underestimate transformative
Investors see
technologies
opportunity
while they are
Governments
happening.
see strategic
Because when you're
importance.
living through a
Researchers
revolution,
see possibility.
it rarely feels like
Critics see
history.
risk.
It feels
Everyone
normal,
sees something different,
slow,
but everyone
gradual,
agrees on
until one
thing.
day you look
Artificial
back and
intelligence
realize
is becoming
everything
increasingly
changed.
important.
The internet
As
is
the
a
race
perfect
continues,
example.
another
In its
factor
early
becomes
days,
impossible
many people
to ignore.
dismissed it.
Energy.
Some believed it was
Training
a niche tool.
advanced AI
Others
systems
thought it was
requires
overhyped.
enormous
Yet
electricity.
within a few decades,
Data centers
it
consume
transformed
vast amounts of
communication,
power.
business, entertainment, education, and commerce. Today, it is almost impossible to imagine life without it. Artificial intelligence may follow a similar path, or it may go even further, because unlike previous technologies, AI is not simply a tool that helps humans perform tasks. It is a tool that can perform tasks associated with intelligence itself, and that distinction changes everything. For centuries, intelligence was humanity's most valuable resource. It built civilizations, created industries, solved problems, generated wealth, advanced science. Now, for the first time in history, intelligence is becoming scalable, reproducible, deployable, available on demand. And that possibility is attracting unprecedented amounts of money, talent, and ambition. The companies participating in the AI race understand this. They are not merely competing to launch better products, they are competing to build the foundations of a new technological era, the infrastructure, the platforms, the ecosystems, the intelligence layer that may sit beneath future applications, businesses, and industries. The stakes are enormous because the rewards are enormous. The companies that dominated previous technological revolutions became some of the most powerful organizations in history. Oil created empires, railroads created empires, telecommunications created empires, the internet created empires.
AI may create the next generation of empires, and perhaps the largest yet. But every revolution creates uncertainty. There will be winners, there will be losers. Some companies will adapt, others will disappear. Some predictions will prove correct, others will look ridiculous in hindsight. That is the nature of technological change. Nobody has a perfect view of the future. Not investors, not governments, not CEOs, not even the researchers building the technology. What makes artificial intelligence unique is the speed. The pace of development is extraordinary. Breakthroughs arrive faster, adoption happens faster, competition intensifies faster, and every year the gap between what AI could do yesterday and what it can do today becomes larger. The future is arriving quickly, perhaps faster than many expected, and that is why the AI race matters. Because this is not simply a story about technology companies, it is a story about power, economic power, political power, technological power, the ability to shape how billions of people work, learn, communicate, and create. The organizations that lead this race may influence the direction of society itself. Yet the final outcome remains uncertain. OpenAI may lead, Google may reclaim dominance, Microsoft may leverage its ecosystem, Meta may expand through openness, Amazon may benefit through infrastructure, NVIDIA may continue supplying the engines of the AI economy, or maybe a company that barely exists today will emerge and change everything. History has a habit of surprising people, and technological revolutions are often won by those nobody expects. What is certain is that artificial intelligence is no longer an experiment. It is no longer a niche research project. It is no longer a distant possibility. It is becoming one of the defining technologies of the modern world. The race is already underway. Billions have been invested. Data centers are being built. Governments are making strategic decisions, researchers are pushing boundaries, and businesses everywhere are preparing for a future powered by artificial intelligence. The next chapter of human history may be written with the help of machines. Not machines that think exactly like humans, but machines capable of performing increasingly complex intellectual tasks. Machines that may transform how civilization operates. And that is why the billion-dollar AI race matters. Because at its core, this is not simply a competition for money. Not really. Money is simply the scoreboard. The real prize is influence over the future. Who builds it? Who controls it? Who benefits from it? And who is left behind? The race has begun. The competitors are accelerating. The stakes continue rising. And somewhere, inside data centers, research laboratories, and technology companies around the world, the future is being built, one algorithm at a time.